everybody, and welcome to Uprising. I wanted to share a personal story with you. I've actually had a heart condition since I was rather young in my teenage years. Every single time I would see a doctor, they would always mention that my heart sounded off. I had a really bad heart murmur. My heart was all over the place. Sometimes it would kind of be okay. For the most part, it was always off. Every single time I would go see a doctor, or even when I went to go try to donate blood before, plasma actually, they would take a listen and they would, in this particular case with the blood thing, they wouldn't even let me donate blood. And I was a little shocked by that. I'm like, why does my heartbeat have anything to do with plasma and blood? But then every single time I would go see a doctor, it was always the same thing. They would always ask me, have you had this looked at? This could affect you later in the future, which I later on found out because as I was aging, I had low blood pressure, which is a sign of a possible bad heart murmur, and that could maybe cause issues later. So all these things were happening. And then I started making some changes in my life. The changes I specifically made were obviously I started drinking the hydrogen water. I became all about hydrogen water because of all the data that I had read about it and actually some results that I had seen other people who I personally knew had, where I've seen a lot of people try a lot of different things and get no results. This was the one that impressed me the most. So I thought, okay, I'm going to give this a shot. And then of course I made some dietary changes. So anyway, this is the part that's super exciting. Literally days ago, weeks ago, I had gone to go see a cardiologist because I'm like, look, I probably should have this looked at. Who knows how it's going to affect me, as the years go by. So after I saw him, he said, we should order an echocardiogram, an EKG, a stress test, and, of course, he took a listen and everything. I went to go do all the testing, and I actually got a call back today. And it was kind of crazy because even the doctor was like, you're telling me that all these years you've been told that you have this issue, and all of a sudden he goes, everything looks perfect. He said, not only perfect, your heart is like that of a teenage boy that is in good health or athletic. He said it beats really, really good. Everything seems like totally perfect. And he said he was just surprised that I had ever had an abnormal heartbeat basically most of my life. And so it was really kind of weird. And I asked him, I said, is there something that could, cure something like this? And he was like, something short of a surgery? No, probably not. He said, unless there are certain things in the body that, there's inflammation caused by whatever. There's so many things that can cause inflammation within the body. And he said he has heard of cases where it affects the heart, actually in more than one case. And so then I started thinking, the anti-inflammatory factor of hydrogen and maybe the dietary changes that I've made or just the things that I've done in general, because there are other things that I've done, but the biggest things that I've ultimately really changed in my lifestyle day in and day out is hydrogen water and a good diet and some light exercise. So anyway, I wanted to share this with you guys because I thought it was really, really exciting. I was completely shocked when I got the results, and I wanted to share this with you guys. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you found it interesting. Very amazing, at least it was for me, and of course it was my personal experience, so that's probably why it was more amazing to me. But anyway, don't forget to subscribe, share, like, do all that stuff, and I'll see you guys next time on the next video.